Alrighty, my full name is Daiquiri Zozaya. I'm a professional engineer. I'm a graduate student now with UNM. I'm studying civil engineering with the water resources background, but I'm also looking into 3D printing of local soil materials.
Hello, my name's Manny, or my artistic alter ego would be Mongo Manny. I'm going to be an artist this year in Shared.Futures, and I guess my weapon of choice would be digital art usually.
Our piece is explaining how 3D printing of local soil materials is like a path forward to a more sustainable way of building Albuquerque, New Mexico, and all the communities.
As far as the art goes, Daiquiri and I both being here from New Mexico, we wanted to incorporate not only the beauty of Albuquerque and kind of the city that we know and love, but kind of bring in an aspect of that sustainability and kind of the future of hopefully building here in New Mexico. So the piece showcases a lot of the Rio Grande and some of downtown Albuquerque, most of the iconic buildings, and then it has a large 3D printer kind of creating the rest of the city as it goes, which kind of pays homage to the idea of building better and building into the future with hopefully 3D printing and local sustainable resources.
What sparked my interest in art and science? So definitely the science aspect started when I was really young. I remember doing a science project with my uncle in 5th grade where I created a circuit. It was kind of like the game Operation, but I made like a loop out of a copper wire and a wand that had a copper loop at the end. And if you touched it, some lights would go on, and then I eventually made a buzzer. Super excited. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think that I was smart enough to do something like that. And he was like, you can do it. Like, I'll help you understand it. But it really sparked my interest in science. Once I got to UNM, I took a geology class and I was introduced to sustainability. And then I said, you know what? Like, what do I really want to do with this engineering? I love to create things. I love to build things. I love to use my hands. So I was like, I want to build energy efficient homes, like for my life, forever, whatever I'm going to do down the road.
A lot of people in my family have actually also been artists. My older sister, she actually went to college for art. My dad, ever since I was real young, and then growing up, I would look through his sketchbooks, his old doodles, his drawings. And I think that's what really got me interested in art.
I really liked in the beginning at Explora when we got to do like hands-on with showing the kids like how we test for clay, because clay is a huge proponent of making the adobe or making a 3D printed material. You need to have a high clay content. So that was really cool to see them like hands-on and see how they just interacted with it. And that was really cool. I also really loved when we got to the illustration part and got to see like what we liked, the colors, and just seeing it come to life, our ideas. It was really exciting.
I think for myself, something that's exciting for me or that I enjoyed a lot is working with new people and meeting new people. I feel like as an artist, it's kind of easy to like get into your little bubble and just stay there.
I think what it takes to make collaboration successful is first like having the same passion. If you both agree that you're excited about infrastructure, you both are excited about art like this project, or you're both excited about, water or whatever it is, I think that's like a huge part to collaborate with people.
I would say, at least for myself, and especially with something like this where it's 2 or more people coming together to get something done, I think to make collaboration successful would be to know where you're going, because a lot of the times every person's their own person, you know what I mean? So I may do something a way, or I may want something done some way, and then when it's not done that way, I kind of feel a way, they kind of feel something. But if we both know where we're going, we both can double check, kind of look at the compass once again and say, all right, we're headed there, we're getting it done.
the challenge maybe that we faced, like with any other group project, is like the time and the scheduling. I think with us, being in school and manual works and, we have to be here and have this done at a certain time, and we're doing our best, but sometimes like art is hard to, it's got to be organic and, but we kind of came up with the idea pretty early on, like what we wanted to do. And once we got into it, like it just happened, but scheduling is difficult.
I would definitely agree with that. And for myself, being a digital artist, I usually also don't work in color ever. I'm actually colorblind. So in this project, Daiquiri had pushed me and she really wanted color. Yeah, so I was like, all right, let's do it. Please. So I know that on my side, that took a while. And then also kind of portraying an idea to the best of my ability that's cohesive to the whole project. I think that that's something that's kind of easy to forget. As an artist, you can kind of get real deep into one side of your brain and kind of leave the other out. And then you create beautiful art, but I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? So I think that was something that I really pushed myself to make sure was the focus.
The value of sci-art collaboration is priceless.
For myself, being an artist, I would say that there's definitely a lot of people that will gravitate towards art. Then there's a lot of people that will gravitate towards science. But when you bring something together like that, you're able to kind of jump that line and teach people that may only focus on art or be interested in art something about science. And then the people that are more interested in science, something a little bit about art or creativity, or also just a way to kind of shift a person's point of view. I think the biggest takeaway that I got from it is working with another person or a group of people to kind of get something done. It's always an idea that you're like, yeah, we could do that. And then once you get into it, you're like, okay, how do we do it? You kind of see like the goal at the top of the mountain, but then you kind of have to work your way that way. And I think that was something that not only challenged me, but I was excited to do, because I know the next project or the next something that I step into, I'll be a bit more ready for.
And the takeaway too was to just explain science to children. I think Explora is such a great, museum for that, and for children and people of all ages to be excited, about art and science. And then there's people here in Albuquerque doing great things.
I love y'all's piece.
It's so beautiful.
It's so wicked cool.
I know, I'm so proud of it.